this is Meir. This month and the beginning of next month, you're going to hear a lot of me. I hope you won't get tired. And boy, do we have floods here in San Francisco. My feeling is it's coming to an end sooner or later, more like sooner. But yesterday I heard thunders, and today I walked with one of my clients to the ocean, and we didn't pay attention to the warning, or we didn't care, and we got basically hail. Ice came out of the sky. It was actually wonderful, except for the fact that I have to change some of my clothes. It was just perfect. So I want to talk to you about something very, very important, and it's always urgent. And that is the lack of awareness that people have of their eyes. You think the only problem that you have is that you don't see well, you see fuzzy. And then somebody gives you the theory that basically your eyeball is too long and the light falls in front of the retina, and that's the whole picture. And it is definitely a big part of the picture. The eyeball is too long, that's why you're nearsighted, and the light falls in front of your retina, and that's why it's not clear on your retina. So they give you glasses to reduce the size of the world, and then you see better, and often there's more prescription. If they want to be very cute about it, they'll do for you LASIK, which we're learning more and more is dangerous and is pretty bad for you, but nevertheless, they'll give you LASIK where they will make glasses out of your cornea. So I can tell you about all the damaging effects of glasses and of LASIK, but I'll defer it to another time. This time, what I want to talk about is just because the structure of the eye became a structure of a myope, it doesn't mean that that was the reason why you're nearsighted. Pay attention. Before the pandemic, here in the United States, basically 30% of the people under the age of 40 were nearsighted. Now, 50. How come we grew the number of myopic people so much? And let me tell you some more statistics. If you look at people who go to Jewish study, we call it yeshiva or yeshiva. Those people need to read and read and read and read and pray and read endlessly. Well, 90% of them wear glasses. Okay, and if you look in South Korea, 96% of them are nearsighted. Devastating. So basically, it's things that we do that cause us to be nearsighted. Function affects structure. Thought affects function. What happens is, in the past, people used to be hunters. They looked at a distance. Now, people read a lot. Even farmers read too much and look too much from near. But I can tell you from meeting a couple of farmers' groups, they have many fewer eye problems than people who live in the city. So, what do we have as a result of looking from near? We contract the muscles of the lens, called ciliary muscles. We contract our face. We bend our neck. We prevent blood from flowing to the head. And we learn to live with continuous contraction. Fatigue ensues, doesn't go away, and the fatigue accumulates and accumulates until we have a situation where fluid gets into the eye and doesn't get out. We call it the vitreous fluid, and it lengthens the eyeball. So you could say, well, my problem is a long eyeball. No, your problem is eye tension. And when you find a way to address your tension, it's not something that goes away in a day or two. That's why we do a 6-day eye class. Because at the end of 6 days, almost everybody sees better. Our statistic is about 93% of the people who came to the 6-day class see better. But only 50% continue and work on themselves and see better permanently. What's the difference? Commitment. Now, it's important that you be committed to your eye for many reasons. It makes you more alive. It makes life much more worth living. But there's another reason. Look at all the pathologies that happens. You think you wear glasses, you see well, it's all okay. And then people will tell you, well, so you have glaucoma, what's the big deal? Oh, you have cataract, what's the big deal? All those could be prevented if you only worked on your nearsightedness. And that's so important. And I cannot stop and tell you the story of Jeanne, my partner. She did not accept the idea that she should remove the whole vitreous from her eye. It's a huge section of it, because she started to have retinal hole. And that's the normal treatment they give. And so, when she met me in New York, for a short time, classes and lectures and one individual session, unlike many others, she took my book. It was even the first edition of Vision for Life. And she spent hours upon hours working on herself. She was pressured by her surgeon to do the surgery urgently for a year and a half. Or she could at any time detach the most important part of the retina, the central vision part, the macula, out of her retina. But she refused. And after meeting me and working with me, and after working with herself for as many hours as you could imagine, she met her surgeon again and he said, now a surgery is not necessary. And when she met him last, 10 years later, he told her, wow, it is so much better on your retina. Well, think. Processes go on. You cannot simply have a shortcut and say, I only need to fix my eye this way or that way. No. Take away the stress from your eye, the fatigue that you don't even feel you have, and practice what we teach. Looking at a distance, adapting to different lights, resting the eyes, expanding the periphery, and many, many others. And after 6 days, you'll see that you see better. And if you value yourself, you will work further until you see better permanently. And that means less stress, if any. And that means avoiding all those pathologies that people experience. Many blessings to you. It's the first of many, many podcasts that I will have right here at the School for Self-Healing. Please make sure that a friend of yours knows about this podcast. And of course, visit my book, Vision for Life, Movement for Self-Healing, Awakening Your Power of Self-Healing, and look at our classes online and work with them. Looking forward to see you and talk to you again. Meir.